Welcome to Live Darts TV. You're watching episode 9 and today we're joined with Nicholson and Jelle Klaasen.
Jelle, thanks for joining us on Live Darts TV, taking time out. I know it's a busy schedule for yourself. First of all, congratulations as well. You and Nanka expecting your second child announced.
Yeah.
Relief to announce it at last?
Yeah. No, yes and no. She was very sick in the first, from the moment we knew till 10 weeks after. So we didn't want to tell everyone because she wasn't feeling well, and if everyone says, "Oh, congratulations," and she feels terrible, it's no. But now she feels good, so now it's okay.
I say she all good as well now.
Yeah.
That's good. Nice to hear. I was going to say, has that been a difficult start to the season, juggling family commitments with the tour, obviously?
A little bit. It was not a lot of sleep, so that was hard. But no, I've been struggling this year with transfer to new darts, trying different things. But I think since last week it felt good. So hopefully from now on I can build on that.
I'll say that's never an easy transition, moving manufacturers, new equipment and whatever. It takes some time to get used to, but seeing the benefits of it now.
I'm starting to see it. Yeah. It feels good, but I think you need the confidence as well, and you need some good wins. In practice they go perfect, but now I have to do it on the floor tournaments and on stage, and but that will come.
I say as well, going back, obviously you had the operation last year. Was the recovery time a little bit longer than what you'd hoped for that?
Way longer. Normally you would have to rest about 6 months, no darts at all. But we had tournaments every weekend, so I didn't practice, but just played the tournaments. And I think it's gonna take a long time until it's completely healed. But I can play without pain. I can practice without pain. Only the number of hours that I normally practice, I can't do that yet, but I'm getting there.
Was that difficult to go into like proper match play with no practice behind you? Was that tough?
Yeah, because you don't have any confidence. You're just hoping that you play well. And normally I'm a guy who practices a lot, maybe 4, 5, 6 hours a day, and now I can do 1, 2, maybe 2.5. So for me that's difficult, but I'm getting used to it. I don't need to practice that much anymore because the way I practice, it's more on how I throw and how I stand, and not just repetition. So yeah.
Cool, that's great. Obviously slipped out of the top 16, but not a million miles from getting back in there, which must be pleasing for yourself, the fact that you had that little dip, but it wasn't a huge slide.
Yeah, I think I can be happy with still being in the top 20. And I don't have to defend anything in the next 2 years, I think, so not a lot. I think all the TV tournaments, maybe first or second round. I think the Worlds I have to defend third round, so it's not that bad. I think a lot of people want to be in the top 20, so I can't complain.
No, definitely. Was there a goal at the start of the season? You set yourself any massive targets for 2018, where you wanted to be and what you wanted?
Not massive. I just at the end of the year I want to try and be in the top 16 again. But the main goal is just try to find a combination with the darts to make it perfect, and hopefully that will happen in the next few weeks.
No, that's great. Obviously, Premier League's coming to an end. I'm going to ask you about your first Premier League experience on the second one. First picked in 2009. Yeah. Looking back, was it a tad too soon, do you think, for yourself?
Yeah, but I don't think I was a very good dart player at that time. I did some good stuff, but I wasn't consistent. And you have to be consistent to perform in the Premier League. But it was a great experience. I don't think anyone will say no if they get offered that. So it was too soon, but it was a great experience.
Did you feel ready the second time you were put in then?
I think if they asked me the year before, it would be way better because I was playing well. Semi-finals of the Worlds, semi-final of the UK Open, won 3 Pro Tours that year. So I think if they asked me at that time, I would have performed way better in the Premier League. And last year I had the injury, so I didn't play well.
Mind you, I know you didn't play well, but you were unlucky as well. Obviously, I watched it all, and you were sort of like 1 dart away from a good result, and it was either a 6-all draw or you'd lose 7-5.
I think the problem was I couldn't last for a long time. I think against Raymond I was 4-1 up. Against Phill I was 4-1 up. And I lost the games because at the end it hurt too much and I couldn't play. So it was frustrating because every time you're close to a point or to a good result, and then you lose and you're even more disappointed than before. So it was a tough period, but I'm pretty strong getting back into the form. So I did it before, and I will do it again.
Obviously, the Premier League, it's one of the biggest shows for darts, but then also, can it be a hindrance, the fact that you've got to travel on a Wednesday and then Thursday you play, then you're off somewhere on the Friday? Can that be a massive strain on it?
The traveling, not that much, but I think it's all about confidence. And I think if you lose every week, then if you lose your confidence, you start losing confidence also in the Pro Tours. Yeah. And yeah, for me it was different because I had the injury, so my confidence was gone anyway. But I think if you look at the first year, I think after the Premier League, the first time I played Premier League, it took me a while to get my confidence back. Yeah.
You're not the only one that's suffered from the Premier League hangover almost. If you look through, there's normally one or two at least every year that crash after the Premier League. Would you like to see it maybe a 2-year, you're guaranteed a 2-year Premier League cycle, so the first one, you're ready for the second one straight after? Or
I don't know. I don't know if anyone deserves to be in the Premier League the next year if you don't perform on all the other TV tournaments. So it would be nice if you're in the Premier League and you know you can play next year, but I don't think it's fair to all the people who play well on all the TV tournaments and don't get a shot because you got your second year. So I think for the people who are in it, it's good, but I don't think it's fair.
Would you like to see a clearer criteria then? What gets you in there?
No, I don't know. I think the criteria is good. You have to do something good or special to be in it and reach a final of the TV tournament. I think you deserve to be in it. But they also pick the top 4 of the ranking, and I think that's a good thing. I think 6 wildcards is good as well. Normally they pick the players who are in form, and yeah, that's what the Premier League about. The players who are the 10 best players at that time, and that doesn't have to be the top 10, because it can be someone who's number 18 or something like that. But yeah, you have to have a good year.
No, definitely. You touched on it earlier as well. 2016, arguably your best year on TV. I'm going to take you to the Worlds. The Phill Taylor game will be remembered forever. Arguably your best TV performance ever?
Yes and no. I missed a few chances against Phill earlier, but I think, yeah, if you beat Phill in the Worlds, that's always special. And I think I won that fair and square. I played a good game. I think I had 102 average, something like that. So it wasn't that he missed a lot of doubles. No, I'm really proud of that game. But I think the whole World Championships I played well. Even the game after against Alan Norris, I was behind, but it was only because I missed doubles. But I fought back, and yeah, I think that the Worlds, the whole tournament was one of my best tournaments ever.
"15 seconds. Five. And we're done. Great effort.
No, it was terrible. Tried to do it too fast. Ooh, there are many of them. Australia, I just like the people and the country itself. Spending time with the family. I've got a few. Ron Mulligan, Big Bang Theory, The Green Mile. The Phill Taylor match. I think there are two of them, Phill Taylor against Adrian Lewis, match play and Grand Slam. Blackpool, Winter Gardens. Hopefully a millionaire. No, I think I would like to be a graphic designer. Ajax. Roger Federer. Nando's.
I don't know if you're aware, but you're the only poor first person to beat Phill
and win a game.
And then win your next game in the world. It was almost.
To be fair, I was thinking about after I beat Phill, you get so many questions. Oh, are you going to be the first one who? And you don't want to think about that when you have to play your next game because it's already the quarterfinals of the Worlds. So that's a lot of pressure. And then if you lose, you're like everyone because everyone beats Phill and then loses. So to win that next game, I was happy about that.
When you were trailing to Alan Norris and obviously went off for a TV break, were you thinking about that?
No, not really, because I was trailing at the end when I was playing Phill. I think I missed one dart to beat him, and then he won the set. He went 2-0 up. So my confidence was that good that I didn't care that I was behind because I thought, oh, I'm gonna win anyway. And my scoring was very consistent. So yeah, if your scoring is very consistent, I was pretty good on the finishing. Then you don't think about losing.
No, obviously as well. And the Gary Anderson, you didn't play bad against Gary, but you just ran into a steam train that day.
He played brilliant, but I think that was my worst game of the tournament. Maybe a little bit too much pressure on myself. I thought, oh, it's a good chance to reach the final. And then the first set, I think the second leg, I missed something to make it 1-1. And and then he hit the 9-darter to win the set, and he just blew me away.
Yeah, obviously you played at the Lakeside and you played at the PDC Worlds. Do you think you're a much better player, even though you're a world champion in the BDO, than you were in 2016?
I think I'm way better now. Yeah. I think when I won Lakeside, I did everything at the right time, but I wasn't very consistent. I think 5 years ago when I changed my throw, I became a much better player than I was before.
So I had a quick look at like the BDO stats as well, because you didn't have a great year.
No.
Going into the Lakeside.
No, I only played maybe 4 tournaments that whole year, but that was the second year I played the Dutch ranking, and I was number 1 of Holland, so I was qualified to play the Lakeside qualifiers. And at that time, I was playing very well on the floor, and that Lakeside qualifying, I played brilliant. Even Raymond was watching the qualifiers, and I think I beat Martin Phillips the last game. And Raymond was the first one to congratulate me because he was watching that game, so that was nice.
Obviously, comparing the two, do you wish you'd jumped across sooner, or do you think you moved at the right time?
No, I think it was the right move. Sooner wasn't possible because that was my first year that I played TV tournaments, so sooner wasn't possible. But no, I think it was the right time. In the first year, I won 1 tournament, and after that, I played terrible for 3, 4, 5 years. And then I thought, or I have to quit darts, or I have to change something to make myself better, and then that's why I changed my throw.
I'd say, was it a struggle when you first went over, confidence-wise, or
not the first year. The first year wasn't that bad, but the first year when all we heard about the PDC was just professional, it's good, and then we moved over. But in the beginning, it was still in pubs and different places, and we were like, is this the PDC? And but in all those years, it was way more professional every year, but you saw everyone getting better, but I wasn't getting better, so I was losing in the beginning 3rd, 4th round, and then 2nd round, 1st round, and I was like, I can't compete anymore. And so I said to my girlfriend, I'm gonna try something. If it doesn't work, I'm gonna work again, and if it works, I'm keep on playing darts. And it took me, I think, 9 months to change my throw, but it worked out.
That's got to be a hard thing to do, completely change your throw from what you've done for years to a new one.
It takes a long time, a lot of hours. I think I practiced 8-9 hours a day for 8 months. And the first 2-3 months I played even worse than when I started playing darts, but it felt better. So I just kept on practicing, playing small tournaments, losing to people who should never beat me. And then I think after 5-6 months, then it takes so many hours to make the throw automatically. So after 5-6 months, then I start throwing naturally with a new throw. I wasn't thinking about the old throw anymore, and then I think after 9 months I started playing well.
I suppose in the end, when you're playing, it's not going well. You just revert to type, and you subconsciously go back to the old throw.
Yeah. So the first weeks were every time when you pick up your darts, you have your old throw, and oh no, and you have to hold it. Yeah, in the new throw, and then it takes so many hours, and I think that's one of the reasons why I had the injury, because I practiced so many hours. I just created so much scar tissue underneath. But now I know how to control it.
No, definitely. Moving forward, do you still believe there's a PDC major in your game?
I know I can do it if I look how I can play and what I can do with the averages I had in the last 3-4 years. I think the year that I made the semis of the Worlds on the European tours, I had almost every time 10 plus averages. So I know I can do it, but at the moment I'm not consistent enough, and I'm gonna work on it.
No, definitely. Obviously, we all know Jelle at darts, Jelle away from darts. How do you relax? What do you like to do when you're at home?
I spend time with my daughter. That's the best thing. If from the moment she wakes up, when I take her out of bed and when we go play downstairs, it's the best thing ever. So that's the most joy I have in my life. Yeah.
Again, a sports fan away from darts?
Yes, I love tennis. That's my favorite sport. I love snooker as well, but tennis is my favorite sport.
When you're over here, have you been to Wimbledon at all yet?
No, I have to do that. I've been to a few tennis tournaments, but Wimbledon is on my bucket list.
Oh yeah, no, massively. If you're a tennis fan and you're over, because you're in the UK an awful lot, that'd be an amazing.
The planning, I want to go this year, but it's difficult to get in there. So if somebody can help me, let me know.
No, definitely as well. You said about your little girl. Does she understand what you do for a living? Does she come and watch you play yet, or does she?
Sometimes on TV she recognizes me, but. No, it's nice if they come once or twice a year, but it's a big distraction because if I see her in the crowd, I just want and I'd rather be focused.
And then like FaceTime her afterwards and stuff like that. If you play in the afternoon, say, "Oh, Daddy won," and she's all happy and things like that. That's cool. Say, do Nanka and travel a lot with you now, or is it on your own?
Yeah, mostly on my own. I think a few tournaments in Germany she comes. Normally the World she always comes. I think last year that was the first time she went to the match play because she never went there. I think she wants to go to Dublin. She's never been there, but it's not going to be this year because I think the weekend of Dublin is when she's due. So we'll see.
A potential headache for yourself then, whether you go and play. Or
she will say I have to go, but we'll see.
I say because Gary missed it last year, obviously for the same reason.
Yeah, if it's up to me, I would stay at home, but if it's up to her, she would say go.
No, Dublin's a lovely city as well, so it's a great place. Did she enjoy Blackpool? Because that's like the mecca of darts, isn't it?
Yeah, she enjoyed it, but I think it's the best venue ever, but I never play well there. I think one time I reached the quarter-final, but it's so hot in there, and for me it's terrible if it's too hot, but it's still my favorite tournament.
Do you get mental blocks in certain venues? If you know you haven't got a good record there, does that play on your mind? Or?
Not really, I don't think about it, but in some venues you just don't play your best game, and I think for me it's the match play, but I still love it. Every time I go there, it's the best venue ever.
No, that's great, and obviously moving forward, we wish you all the best in 2018.
Thank you.
Because a fit and healthy Jelle Klaasen is great for darts, because it's exciting to watch. So Jelle, thanks for coming in for joining us at Live Darts TV.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Right, Jelle, second challenge. How many balls can you get in a minute? Good luck.
Thank you.
Blocked it on my second one. Right, one. It's off and running. 20 seconds left. Two. 10 seconds. 3. 5. Done. Well done, mate. Joint top of the leaderboard with the balls.
One time we had to go to Gibraltar, and Dimitri, thinking he's smart, he changed all his euros for pounds because he thought, I'm going to England. And so we came there, and he was very proud. Yeah, change everything to pounds. So we started laughing because we said, yeah, we need euros over here. So he said, no, you're joking. But after a while he figured out that we needed euros. So he changed all his pounds back to euros. And then a couple of weeks later we went to Dublin. And the first day that we arrived, he was so proud. Ah, yes, I did it right now. I brought pounds, I changed my euros back to pounds. So we started laughing again because, yeah, we needed euros again over there. So he said, oh no. And yeah, that's Dimitri. Every week we've got stories like these because Dimitri makes so many mistakes and it's so funny. So this is my tour tale.
Thank you for watching another episode of Live Darts TV. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Live Darts TV on YouTube.